of Hear Communications, which is a Carlsbad business, an educational company, and she is a profoundly sought-after professional speaker. Please welcome again Teresa Barnes. Teresa, nice to have you back.
Thank you, Tom.
Now, it's been a while since you've been back on the show. Give us a little bit of an update as to what's been going on.
Well, for those vets that you're talking about, there are 2.2 million that have come back with hearing loss. And so we have created and certified the first ever shopping center in the world to be hearing friendly. So when you're driving out there or looking, if you see this sign, then know that it's all the businesses have been trained on how to treat you respectfully. If you have a hearing loss, they've been taught how to speak face-to-face communication, how to recognize somebody. They have hearing-friendly zones so we can be able to hear a little bit better. And so it's just been exciting that I've been able to have the first shopping center in the world. Thank you, Tom.
Tell me a little bit about when you say that a business has been trained, what are some key points of training that you give them?
Well, to begin with, what I let them know is I give them a little bit of my story, because I've had hearing loss since birth, a former emergency room nurse, but I got hit on the ski slope, so I didn't hear the warning shot from behind. And there are 65 million other Americans that may not be able to hear the warning shot from behind. So when that customer comes in the door, the people who are deaf are normally in groups. They normally will do signing, so therefore you can see that they have hearing loss. But for my group, we a lot of times travel independently. And so if you have a symbol like this on you, then you can see, or a symbol outside the door. But we'll walk in and we'll kind of gaze the area to see who we think we can trust to communicate with us. And some people have really bad diction problems, because I talk a little bit like this.
Yes.
And so I have them recognize those customers. So therefore they know to stay close to us to talk face to face, with the lighting on my back and the lighting on your face, because we're usually lip reading to help our hearing, you know. And then we want to make sure, say in the restaurant that's in that group has a hearing friendly zone sign up. So the decibels are below 80 decibels, so that I can hear with my hearing aids what the conversation is going on. And then they have a few plants in between to help bury the sound of the other guest.
You know, that would be, I'm sure, so helpful to people walking in who have hearing challenges to know that there's an empathetic person behind the counter.
Oh, absolutely. I've been to some of the best stores that have the best customer service, and I have let the retail person know. It's normally when I'm going to get cosmetic product, but I let them know. I say I'm hearing impaired, because that's what the general population understands, and usually it's a young lady, and I will say, so I need you to talk face to face to me. And the next thing I know, she's mumbling over there in the cash register. She's not really mumbling, I just can't hear. And then she comes back and she looks at me with this question look on her face, like, didn't you hear me? And I'm looking at her and I'm going, okay. So something like this, if we wear something like this on our bodies to let people see that we have a hearing loss, then that would help, you know. And with this book, I've had several different venues, so several of those businesses are covering that. So they've already seen an increase in the revenue.
Really?
Yep. And it's 1 in 5 for everybody inside the inside a workplace environment. And so we want to include this community, because in San Diego County, we're 660,000 strong. The Johns Hopkins Medical Study, it's 1 out of 5. It doesn't matter your age anymore, so it's no longer an older person problem any longer. And then it also helps them keep those customers, because if you're empathetic towards me, then of course that's a place I want to come back to.
Absolutely.
And you'll find we're very loyal. If we find a place that we can work, or we find a friend, then we're real loyal. We stick with you because you've been able to handle the nuances of hearing loss, because it's not always comfortable when you're someplace in a gathering and maybe I misunderstood, and I've answered totally inappropriately. And so it's something that I have embarrassed myself, and I have had people embarrass me. I went out last evening, and it was a Vietnamese word. And when the lady said it, I understood it. When somebody else said it, I didn't understand it. And then that other person kind of yelled. So we are noise sensitive, okay? So that's something that if you have somebody who has a hearing loss, then just be patient, be calm, be respectful. Because it was, Mark Twain said that kindness is something that the blind can see and the deaf can hear. So if you have a symbol like this on your outside your store where you've been certified, then you will know all the nuances of those of us with hearing loss. And you'll be able to help us, because even your veteran with the Purple Heart Home, he will in all probability one day have a hearing loss, because as you get to be over 65, it is 1 out of 3, so the number does increase after that age, you know.
What an incredible benefit for any business to promote that to not only their clients or potential clients, but also you and I have talked a little bit about how it helps retain their employees as well. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Yeah, I don't know why, okay, but for some reason there is a huge stigma over hearing loss. I don't know why that is. And so basically, the employee is sitting there in their cubicle, and they are embarrassed to let people know that they have a hearing loss. So with the retention, once we get this training out there, then other employees can help that employee with hearing loss communicate better, so there'll be less conflict resolution. They will then have the accommodations they need, like captioning phones and amplified telephones, okay? They will have a logo on the back if they're a stock person, okay? So therefore the person's gonna be staying at that job if they know that it's someplace, instead of getting a bad job performance review, it's just hearing loss, so it's fixable. So why fire that person and have to pay all that money to rehire somebody else and pay workers' compensation in the meantime?
That's right.
You know, so.
That's right. Now, you've done some very exciting things just since you were here last time. And again, congratulations on really creating that first hearing-friendly shopping mall. I mean, I'm sure that's going to be one of thousands across the country.
Yes.
If not globally, because hearing loss is a universal issue.
Well, it's 1.1 billion globally.
1.1 billion.
Yeah, we're just 65 million in the U.S., but it's 1.1. And remember last time I told you that we are a $1.7 trillion market, that the market is missing. So they need to serve us.
Unbelievable. Well, and we've got a few seconds left. Tell us a little bit about what's going to happen in the future. What are you looking forward to? Any specific projects that you've got going on?
Well, actually, I have several different opportunities to speak, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to promoting this book so people can learn on a personal level what to do to 3 key ways to reduce or improve hearing loss if they've already got it. And then also to get up on the corporate stages and associations so that I can spread the word globally and also locally.
Fantastic. Well, Teresa, we look forward to having you back again.
Thank you.
Continued success on all your good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Once again, we see an example of a human being who has taken the challenges in her life and is making a difference in the lives of thousands, if not millions and millions of people. I want to say thank you for watching. I'm Tom Terrific. This is the Villain Crusher, and I look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, keep crushing.